Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital. We've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Today, we have an NFC fighting storm between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Washington Commanders. Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here at Week 4. This return starts at the 5. All right, so we'll get this up to about the 30 before he goes out of bounds.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's first and 10.
Stephanie! 19 Tiger! 19 Tiger! Viking 18! 19 Lion!
Daniels going to throw to get us started. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down.
18 Cardinal! 18 Cardinal!
It's now third down and
79 Broncos!
From the gun, it's Daniels. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Ready? Go!
On first down, here's Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Okay, ready?
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. First and goal.
Cougar 19! Ready?
From the red zone now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10.
Here we go. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 63. 3. Ready?
The give right side to Patterson. And he's going to get this one to about the 22 before they take him down. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Bucs have the first.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Ready? 7, 18, Romney, 8, 19, tight, 19, Warriors, 17. Buffalo, 18, ready?
Bennett. Got a man. Patterson has it. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Let's go now.
Here's Bennett. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was, how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Here we go, here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Bennett. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Shotgun handoff for Patterson. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Defense sent them packing back to their own side last play. Time to build on that with 2nd down.
70 Lions.
Motion man sent left. Quick throw outside, and they might throw this again. And it's incomplete. Went deep into the bag of tricks there on 2nd down. Probably expect something a little more conventional here on 3rd. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Viking 18. Go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Called in left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19. A lot of game left, partner, but it will be a shame not to punish your opponents for making a mistake so early.
Yep, they come through on 3rd down, and the chance of transforming that turnover into a touchdown still exists.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. They give to Patterson out of the shotgun. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Dragon 60.
Throwing out to the left. Cup. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
60. Roll. Ready.
Throwing from the gun here. And he finds him in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers drive the length of the field and take a 6-0 lead. Setting up to try the point after. Extra point, not too confident, but it had enough to go. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Good work so far. He's got room. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45.
Cowboy 80. Cook a nice final 18.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
Second and 3 now.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. He gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that's good for a Washington first down.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number one, got to control that nose tackle. Number two, you got to get people to the second level. That was teaching tape.
They'll come up on first and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Get it. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Hurt.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this.
Ready.
Time
break.
now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range.
Check. 19 tight. 70 Ranger. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Working inside the red zone. And this is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders start to fight back with their first points of this game. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. Ready,
Running another pistol here with Patterson. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Come on. 40, 77, dragon 60.
They send a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw, Bennett. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It's going to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
70 Lions. 18, 5 years. Ready.
Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that third down stop.
And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Ready. 18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals.
Here's Daniels. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Intended for number 84.
No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
60 back. Tag. Cougar 19. Ready.
Second down and 10. Daniels. Caught on the comeback route. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. A pickup of 17. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
On the check. Let's go. 19, Charger, 19.
To throw, Daniels. On it, and he nearly picked it. Oh, couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's second down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Following the near interception, this is second and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. He gets a nice chunk, looks like about 5. It's going to be third down.
Some really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
About set. This is third and 5.
Ready, ready.
Now Daniels to throw. This is a heater going deep. He's got it inside the 10. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a second quarter lead. Kicking team on to try the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7.
14. Buccaneers 7.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he fields this one, but is not going to return it from the end zone. So the ball going to be placed down at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10.
Here we go.
Bennett throwing here. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now off the play action. Into traffic, complete. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
Taking a deep shot here. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for second.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
On the handoff, Patterson breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. The 30. The 10. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Now they'll try the point after. And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. Well, probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. On the gun, it's Daniels. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. A gain of 26 yards there. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Ready?
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Rig alert, rig alert. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Throwing now, Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. Now he takes it. There he goes again. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Buffalo 18.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Running left with Pacheco. And he doesn't get this one very far. Down to only about the 18. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Firing quickly out of line, Daniels. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go. Hey, 70 Timberwolf. Say, Hurts. Ready.
They'll run. Pacheco. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Come on. 60 by 6. Riggs. Riggs. Go, Riggs. Go. Go.
He gets it again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders grow their lead just before halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders grow their lead to 8.
Commanders 21. Buccaneers 13.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, it's Haskins. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And that is exactly what you're looking for on a 1st down run. He picked up 7. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. 7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Bennett now to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. So 1st down from the 41. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So 1st down from the 41. Here's Bennett. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
Intercepted. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready? 70 lock, Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. He put everything he had into this one. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Jalen Lane, the one he was looking for. So it'll be 2nd down.
And even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout. It's going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A second down run by Pacheco. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, it's Haskins. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to work after throwing the pick. It's his running back. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Bucs have the first.
And a Buccaneer first down.
Here we go, set. Panther 60, Panther 60. 19 Charger, 19 Charger. Go.
To throw, here's Bennett. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They'll pick up a 34 yards on that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
Buccaneers first down. A gain of 34 yards.
Back to throw, here's Bennett.
Buccaneers.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's. Yes, this one, well, that one right there was the ladder. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Bennett. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense, and this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. Give him 24 yards on that one, and that's good for a Washington first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Okay,
All set to go now from the 35.
Red. 79 Broncos.
On first down, here's Daniels. To the left and hauled in by Likely. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Brought in close to the 8. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders push their lead further to start the half. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes the comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, it's Haskins. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
On the ready.
Bucks to the line. First and 10. And send a receiver left.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Patterson trying this straight ahead. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
On the jump.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. Now Bennett. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Bucks have the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Looking to throw, Bennett. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
70,
Second and inches at the 43-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Second and very short, looking to pass. Throwing the out route, complete. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Here we go. Hawk.
This is Patterson on the give. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got a home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage. I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for them today.
Third down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive.
60 Eagles. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 19 Lion. Let's go.
They're going to try and throw it here. Completed to his running back. And they don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that first. It's 4th down now.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
4th down. They're going to throw for it. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Cougar 19. 18, find it.
Daniels now on first down. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30.
70 Lions. Mustang 19. Ready.
Daniels on first down. Near the goal line. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. That one right down the middle. And the Commanders grow the lead now to 22 points.
Commanders 35, Buccaneers 13.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On return, it's Haskins. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Throwing off the play fake. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Up the middle, here goes Patterson. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. That was Tyleik Williams in on the play.
At the 23-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the
Here we go. Here we
first
go.
down.
Hawk 70. Hawk.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. J.C. Horn to pick it off.
On Mitt, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage. Even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Daniels. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. Give him 25 on that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Get it.
Throwing on first down, Daniels. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's second down.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Commanders grow their lead yet again.
Commanders 42. Buccaneers 13.
The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Motioning right is Egbuka. This is Patterson. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's the backup. First throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. And it's the Bucs who are going to have the football. This game has been an absolute nightmare for them. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Throwing from the gun here. He's got a man left. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Like it. Tight end on.
Here's a throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They're on here with Patterson. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
They throw it out quick to the left. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready. Let's go.
Looking to throw here. And the Commanders' rush brings him down. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
Loss of 6 yards. It's 2nd down.
Catch made left side by Egbuka. On the move into the red zone. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and goal, Tampa Bay.
From the red zone now. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They're going to throw out of the gun. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
3rd down from the gun. Right side, this is Ibuka. The stand continues. This one doesn't even make it back to the line, Brock, and it sets up 4th and goal.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Okay, ready?
Field goal doesn't move that needle, and they're going for the touchdown. It's 4th and goal. Now it's Patterson, and he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers making the scoreboard look a touch better. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
Their own 35-yard line.
On the jump.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Daniels back to throw. Hits his running back. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Bronco 80. Cavity Lions. Cavity Lions.
From the gun, it's Daniels. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Pacheco loses it on the hit. And this one belongs to the Buccaneers.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
It's a big strike downfield to Ibuka. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get it back to within 2 possessions.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
So the Buccaneers keeping their offense on the field. 2-point attempt coming up.
The Bucs will set up for the two-point conversion.
They want to run it across. And he's going to cross for the score. They trim that deficit down to 14.
You know, this game could be pretty simple. Beat the man in front of you, carry the ball over the line, rushing football at its finest.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Return coming from the 6. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
On the jump.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. 60 by 6. Ready.
He gives it Pacheco to start the drive. And it's a gain of 5 as we reached our 2-minute warning. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Go. 18 caught. Go, Rig. Go.
It's Pacheco again. And he's brought down at the 30, right near that line of gain.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Okay, break.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Right back to Pacheco. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Design quarterback run here. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it?